Well, I don't know how I answer the question. We got beat by a better team tonight. I mean, they're good, they're physical, they're strong, and we certainly physically didn't match up very well tonight.
You made some hay, three-pointer, shooting early in the game. Would you all do well, and then kind of how did it unravel or start to unravel?
Well, I thought it unraveled, with the second shots. We obviously sort of took a blow in the chin in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, but I was really proud of how our guys responded. We came back, I don't know, we tied it up or got to one, I don't remember exactly, but obviously right in it there, and then the last 2 minutes of the half, they got 2 or 3 straight second shots on us, and that was really a real key to the game. And we felt the two things that were key to this ball game coming into it. Number one was to keep them off the glass. Now we're not going to out-rebound this team, but we had to hold our own, and we didn't do a very good job of that. As the game, I'm trying to find 13 offensive rebounds for them, and the turnovers really hurt us too. Turnovers that, there had to be 4 or 5. We call them pick sixes. Where that just poor passes, poor receptions of the ball that led to dunks on the other end, and those were two things we felt we had to control, and we didn't do a very good job of it.
Coach, what do you think's going on with Marcus Thornton?
I really don't know. I mean, if I did, I'd solve it. But I think part of it's being a freshman. He's a young kid. He's logged a lot of minutes for us, and he's played 5 games in 10 days. That's hard for Quinn McDowell to do right now. It's definitely hard for a freshman to do. And I think people are very physical with him right now, but we obviously need him to play at a higher level than he did today.
Quinn, Coach mentioned the offensive rebounding. How hard is it to keep them off the boards, and what is sort of the toll that takes over a game?
Yeah, I mean, traditionally that's always been one of their strengths as a program. I feel like they recruit kids that do a really good job of rebounding the ball, and that it seems like that's an emphasis for them. So they definitely work hard at it, and yeah, it's difficult to keep them off the glass.
Quinn, what was the issue with the offense in the second half?
I don't know. We didn't make very many shots, and that combined with the turnovers, I think, continuing. I mean, they do a good job defensively, but we also shot ourselves in the foot a ton by not making open shots, not taking open shots. I thought we, down the list, starting with myself, probably passed up on a few on open looks that we should have taken. And against this defense, you need to take the looks that you're given because they do such a good job of making you take difficult ones. So when you get open ones, you have to take them.
They play a lot of zone defense, which you would think a team with as many shooters as you guys have would create opportunities, but why still, why the difficulty?
First, I think it's that their length is so good, and they do a good job of getting out into passing lanes, so a lot of times it's difficult to get the ball moving, and then when you do get the ball to the middle, you try to go inside out, they have a lot of hands, a lot of arms, so quick ball movement they make really difficult, and that's usually one of the keys to getting open shots against the zone.
Anything else?
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, Donte, you guys haven't jumped on too many teams right out of the gate this year. What was the key today to the quick start?
Well, obviously, I mean, we always try to come out and be excited, but I think today, even more so. I mean, it was like almost, I think it was a sold-out crowd. It was a blew out, and we definitely, took upon ourselves to bring the energy to start off with, especially in that first run that we went on that got us going.
What did they do to get back into the game, and then how did you feel like you guys responded?
Yeah, I think that I think as the game went on, they kind of got into a little bit of their own kind of rhythm. They got the ball to the high post, and whenever they got to the ball to the high post, they got good opportunities. So definitely our focus for the last couple of days has been stopping them from getting the ball to the high post, and then they can kick out and create. And so we just tried to prevent that.
Donte, you weren't eligible until the second semester, just getting back in rhythm. What do you attribute your confidence level to now as far as being comfortable with the offense and defense?
Well, I mean, I've been playing for a while. People forget I've been in college for 3 years now. So this is my first time actually really playing, but I think that all the time that I've sat out and got to observe, I've learned a lot, and so I feel kind of like a veteran when I play.
Hey Chris, how much did you guys focus on just trying to, feed the post, get the ball inside, and just kind of bang on them?
I mean, we didn't really try. I mean, that's just another asset of our game. I mean, we just play with each other, and if it comes in the post, that's what happens. I mean, we don't really focus too hard on one thing. We just play together as a team. And tonight, it was just the post was real open. And we just played real good.
You held them to 1 3-pointer in the second half. What was the key there? Do you feel like they sort of ran out of gas a little bit?
I think the zone helped us a little bit because we was in zone. I mean, man, when they hit most of the threes, the zone helped out a lot because we was closing out to the corners, especially up to the top of the key where they would hit most of the threes. So I think our change into the zone into the second half helped us a lot.
You guys played like 5 games, 11 days, 4 days.
Something like that, yeah.
You don't have another until Thursday. You feel like you come through this pretty well. Looking forward to getting a little rest here. I'm sure you practice, but you're not playing.
Yeah, I mean, I love basketball. I don't even really need a break, but I guess it'll help out the team somewhat. I guess some of the players are a little bit tired. It'll get us a fresh start again when we start back up on Thursday.
Was this about as complete a start-to-finish game as you guys have had? Because you've had games where you played well early, played well late. Had trouble putting it all together.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think just usually if we do get out on the team, sometimes we let them back into the game. I think today we did a good job of just smothering them when they were down and making dagger plays and making sure that they couldn't come back.
I feel like that zone's getting better. I mean, just the way.
Definitely. I mean, as people get more comfortable, I know I'm definitely getting more comfortable playing the top of it, and coach has really been on me, trying to make me more active and give me more looking to make something happen at the top of the zone, and I think I'm getting a little bit better at that as each game goes on.
Did you guys, when you guys started this stretch of games, with the 5 games in 10 days or whatever, did you guys set any kind of goals in terms of performance or record or wins, losses, anything like that?
Yeah, well, obviously, we want to win every game. We call this week separation week, and the goal, we play all these games with a lot of teams that we haven't played, and some teams that we're going to see again later on in the season. And this week was just to separate ourselves from them and kind of move ourselves away from the middle of the pack and make sure we stay at the top.
Thank you for the question for the players. Thanks. Appreciate it. Player.
Good job, guys. Enjoy your day off. Doesn't get much better than that. Sold out house, rivalry, and an awfully good performance. I thought William and Mary really came ready. You make 7 3-pointers in the first half, you got to be scratching your head when you're down double digits. And I thought that we just wore into them over the course of the evening and wore them down with multiple players and multiple tactics, and eventually got the better of them by a pretty good margin. Obviously a bit different game when we go to Williamsburg, but this was a very good week. We build this as separation week. We wanted to separate from the middle of the pack and start looking at this league race in an upper rung and with the possibility of some movement. So we took care of business this week. It's nice to get to Saturday with 3 wins, which is very unusual. You've got teams that had they had a better week could have been tied with you in the standings. Instead, we're got a little bit of breathing room on them, and like that. In terms of the game, I think if you look down, the rebound margin eventually sways in our favor. We hold them to 1 3-pointer, which is where I think fatigue may have entered in, and 33%, am I accurate, in the second half. So you hold that team to 11% from the three-point line, 33% from the floor and you frustrate that team. That's a team that really shoots the ball well, and I think they're 3 for 9 from the free throw line is an indication that just things were not going their way, and I thought we caused that in a good way. We've taken better care of the basketball. I can remember 3 or 4 casual turnovers, but we've gone from this number of turnovers to this number of turnovers to this number of turnovers down to 11, and so we're obviously offensively shooting 52%. Only 11 turnovers, and we make 1 less three-pointer than they do. That's obviously some pretty good stuff. I think that Chris Cooper, having the psychology of a go-to guy, he's been a secondary scorer, and he's adjusting to the role of being a primary scorer. I thought Kent Bazemore had a good court countenance. He didn't fight for the player of the week. He wanted the team of the week, and he led and cheered others on, and he was very happy with how Donte and Trian and some other guys were helping us. And he made the extra pass. It's one of the reasons he's not on the stat sheet so much as he made the extra pass. He was vital in some of the enthusiasm in some of our different defenses. So I thought he did a nice job. I'm trying to think who else here. I thought Donte and Trian got off to a good start, but we didn't get off to a good start shooting jump shots. And I told the guys before the game, I said, we've usually made quite a few jump shots against these guys because we've had to. They sag back in their defense, they double the post, and I thought we shook loose and made some big shots that way, and then everything opened up.
You come up with 10 steals.